Queen boldly cop Plea Charles and will official kings, insane Harry wonders what he is to this family. The Queen paid tribute to her heir Prince Charles and his son Prince William in an unusual nod to the two younger royals. Her Majesty gushed at the pair's hard work advocating for stronger action to protect the environment and tackle climate change. The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge will both be representing the matriarch of the royal family as she undertakes 2 weeks of rest following a busy engagement schedule earlier in the autumn. In her address to delegates to the COP26 summit currently taking place in Glasgow, Her Majesty said, "It is a source of great pride to me that the leading role my husband played in encouraging people to protect our fragile planet, lives on through the work of our eldest son Charles and his eldest son William. I could not be more proud of them. Indeed, I have drawn great comfort and inspiration from the relentless enthusiasm of people of all ages, especially the young, in calling for everyone to play their part." Prince Charles and Prince William have both been very outspoken about their support for action aimed at reducing human impact on the environment. The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge have been keeping up with royal tradition with their work, as the late Prince Philip also was a committed defender of the environment and animal welfare, as shown by his efforts to establish the World Wildlife Fund. The Queen further cited her family as she concluded her speech, saying, "Of course, the benefits of such actions will not be there to enjoy for all of us here today, we none of us will live forever. But we are doing this not for ourselves but for our children and our children's children, and those who will follow in their footsteps." The analyst said, "This is an immensely personal and touching speech from the Queen, who uses it to create a wonderfully loyal and loving tribute to her late husband Philip. The Queen speaks not just as a royal leader but as a proud widow, mother and grandmother. Her words are stunningly emotional as she speaks of my dear late husband, quoting a speech he made on the urgency of climate change back in 1969. Her pride also spills over as she refers to the way that the leading role my husband played lives on through the work of our eldest son Charles and his eldest son William. The glaring omission of Harry's name on this list will probably be discussed, but the Queen seems emphatic about the chain of eldest to eldest being remarkable. She even adds, "I could not be more proud of them," to make this one of the most emotional public messages ever from the Queen. She discusses her own experience of meeting many of the world's greatest leaders and in a flattering nudge to the current leaders watching her speech. She describes how she understands a little about what made them special, describing it as statesmanship before urging her audience to achieve true statesmanship in a very clever appeal that never lectures or hectors, but which gently flatters them into taking the right action on climate change. Her speech came shortly after Charles, 72, addressed the G20 summit in Rome at the weekend, where he talked about the dangers of climate change. The heir to the throne is also due to speak at the COP26 conference, where he will tell world leaders that a warlike footing is needed to tackle the climate crisis. He has branded the summit as the planet's the last chance saloon. While senior royals have descended on the conference in the Queen's absence, Harry and wife Meghan have barely been mentioned. This is despite the Sussexes vocally championing climate change causes from their base in America.